Good morning, children. Welcome back to online classes. I hope you are all very happy and safe with your parents by staying in home. And in our previous classes, we are discussing the lesson magnetic effects of electric current. So, in that, you have learned more number of concepts: Fleming's left-hand rule, meaning of electromagnetic induction, right-hand rule, and right-hand thumb rule, and magnetic lines of force around a bar magnet, solenoid, straight conductor carrying current, Fleming's left-hand rule, and even the working principle and working procedure of AC generator and domestic electric circuit. So after that, in this class you need to learn the very next important concept, it is electric motor. So the diagram of this electric motor is very important for your exam as AC generator diagram. So first, what is a motor or electric motor? An electric motor is a device which converts electrical energy into mechanical energy. So whatever you are using the motor pumps, that means water pumps, to lift the water from lower region to higher region. So that is also one of the best example for electric pump. So it consumes electrical energy to perform or to lift the water from lower region to higher region. So that is nothing but an electric motor is a device which converts electrical energy into mechanical energy, and it's an important component in electric fans, refrigerators, mixers, washing machines, computers, MP3 players and water pump and so on. So almost all electrical appliances are equipped with electric motor if the device is working on the principle that it converts electrical energy into mechanical energy. Definitely the electric motor is used to equip the devices. So as you seeing in this diagram, so this is the schematic representation of an electric motor. So in previous class you have learned the diagram, the working principle and procedure of AC generator. So this is also somewhat similar to that only. So look at the diagram, what you are observing. So two powerful magnets, one conducting wire. So this is an axle and this is the split ring. These two are the brushes and it is the battery and it is the switch. So in AC generator, instead of battery we are using galvanometer, but that is the device converts mechanical energy into electrical energy, but here it is a device which converts electrical energy, that means motor uses electrical energy. So because of this reason only we have to connect the battery. So all these are the essential equipments, and by using all these equipments the electric motor device is arranged as shown in the diagram. So let me see how it is arranged and how it is going to work. So it consists of two powerful magnets N and S, and it consists of a rectangular coil ABCD, which is a copper wire, and this coil is placed in between, and this coil is placed in between two powerful magnets N and S, such that the arm AB is always perpendicular to the arm CD, and then the ends of the coil are connected to the two holes. See, as you are seeing here, this is called a split ring. So here it is having two holes. These ends are connected to the two holes P and Q of a split ring, and inner sides of these rings are attached to this axle. So this is an axle as you are discussed in your previous class, and these two are the split rings, and the two ends are connected to P and Q, and the inner side of this split ring is attached to the axle. And again the conducting edges, this is called as an edge. Here we are having two edges. These two edges touch two conducting wires X and Y. These two are the conducting wires X and Y, and it is connected to the terminals of the battery. So this is the arrangement as I explained now. Now let me see how the working will takes place. So it is connected to the battery. Now the current in the coil enters into the wire and passes through the ABCD with the help of this battery. So that means as the current passes here, it passes here through the conducting brush X and flows back to the Y through this wire itself. So once again, the current starts to flow from in this direction as it enters from X and it moves along ABCD direction and it flows back through the Y. Now the current in the arm AB flows from A to B and then B to C and C to D. So that means now the current flows from A to B and C to D. So as in AP the direction of current is upward and CD is opposite to the direction of current in AB. So now the direction of current and direction of magnetic field can be found out by applying the Fleming's left hand rule. So as the current is moving, the force acting on this arm AB pushes it downwards. So it comes down while the force acting on the CD pushes it upwards. So as it is moving downwards, it is coming upwards. Thus the coil and axle are free to. So this is an axle and this is the coil. Now it is as AB comes down and CD comes up, it is free to move up and down. So as it is moving in this direction, hence the coil has the coil moving in this direction, hence the axle is moving in anti-clockwise direction. So this is at the off of rotation. So now the Q makes contact with the brush X. So as off of the rotation is completed, the Q is present here now. So this Q makes contact with the brush X and P comes in contact with the brush Y. Therefore the coil get reversed. So as P comes in contact with Y, so as P comes in contact with Y and Q comes in contact with X, the coil get reversed and the current flows through the direction of DCBA. So due to the reversal of PQ, the current starts to flow in the direction of DCBA. So now the reversal of current also reverses the direction of force acting on the two arms AB and also CD. Now the arm of the coil that was earlier pushed down, so this is AB, this is pushed down and CD pushed up, is now pushed down. Now AB coming up side and CD is moving down. Therefore whatever the coil is present, the coil and axle rotate of a turn more in the same direction. So now the reversing of the current is repeated at each off of the rotation, giving rise to a continuous rotation. This is just because of the commutator. So as in previous class I explained you that commutator is a device which reverses the direction of the flow of current. So in motor, so whatever the split ring you are seeing this, no, so this is the split ring, it acts as a commutator. So that means split ring helps the current to flow in a single direction. So hence whatever the current direction of current is moving, it gives rise to a continuous rotation and the current flows in a single direction. Hence it is called as DC motor, as the current flowing in a single direction, hence it is called as DC motor. So I think you understood the working principle and also the meaning of electric motor, the working system of this electric motor. So, working principle is very important. It's a device which converts electrical energy into mechanical energy, and the principle is whenever a conductor carrying current kept in a magnetic field experiences a mechanical force. So, this is the principle of electric motor. So, once again I would like to repeat it. Whenever a conductor carrying current in the sense, so this is how the current is carrying, is kept in between the magnetic field. So, we kept this current carrying conductor in between the magnetic field, hence it experiences a mechanical force. So, this is the principle of electric motor. And after knowing this, the very important and the last topic of today's class is the electric fuse. So, electric fuse, you are all well familiar with this. An electric fuse is a safety device used in electric circuits just to protect the circuit and appliances from the damage. So, keep in mind, fuse is a device which protects the electrical devices and also circuit due to the damages occurred because of the overloading of current or short circuit. So, fuse is working against overloading and also short circuit. So, how it is be or how it would be? It's a wire having high resistance and low melting point. So, keep in mind these two are very important. Fuse, it is having high resistance and low melting point, and if excess of current flows through the circuit, the fuse wire melts and breaks the circuit. So, this is how the current supply will be stopped while there is a overloading or short circuit will be occur in the electrical circuit and prevents the flow of current. Then fuse is made of a metal or an alloy of metals like lead and tin or aluminum and copper. So, most of the time fuse is made by lead and tin, or sometimes it can be made by aluminum and copper. So, this is very important. Fuse, it is made by an alloy of lead, tin or aluminum and copper. It is having high resistance. See, the fuse, it is made out of lead and tin or aluminum and copper. It is having high resistance, low melting point, and fuse is always connected in series with the live wire, so positive wire. So, these points are very important about the electric fuse. So, as I told you, overloading. So, what is this overloading and how it is occurring? Overloading is caused just because of the increasing voltage, or whenever the live wire and neutral wire comes in contact, or too many appliances are connected to a single socket. So, this is the reason why the overloading of electrical circuit will be happening. So, keep in mind, overloading is nothing but increase in voltage. This will happen due to three reasons. One, the live wire and neutral wire are comes in contact, or too many appliances are connected to a single socket. It results in overloading. The wires and can cause damage to the circuit and appliances. And one more term, it is the short circuit. When it is going to happen? So, short circuit is caused when the live wire and neutral wire comes in contact. So, keep in mind, short circuit occur when the live wire and neutral wire comes in contact. So, if this is happen, the current suddenly increases in the circuit and a spark fire will be occur and it damages to the circuit and appliances. So, short circuit in the sense, whenever a live wire and neutral wire comes in contact, when this is happen, the current abruptly increases, hence it results in the release of spark fire and damages the circuit and electrical appliances. So, this is nothing but short circuit. So, in this class, the very important questions is the diagram of DC motor, working principle and the use of commutators are very important for your exam. Even very important concepts are this electric fuse and overloading, short circuit. So electric fuse 100% important question. Definitely you may come across this question in your exam. See, whatever the concepts I explained you about all these, it may be electric fuse, overloading, short circuit, try to keep in mind. Okay, and watch the video, observe the video, understand the concept. Even after all this, if you got any doubts, just make me a call or send me your doubts through the WhatsApp. Thank you. Have a nice day. Take care, children.